The truth about the suffering servant, human rights ambassador, in Ethiopian spectacles today. Please pay attention, my human family, for now that the Afrocentric truth was recently revealed in the Russian icons of Kristos from the 1400s, do honest people truly plan to still worship the unauthorized 1600 Greek transliteration, made-up title Jesus, with the Jesuit-created logos, whitewashed images? More importantly, this is not a matter of race or religion, but philosophically, an international political matter between the divine Ethiopian truth and Jesuit falsehoods to collectively refute. Henceforth, just as Europeans have self-interpreted the scriptures to publish their own version of the Hebrew manuscripts, is the same diplomatic way in which people of African descent can self-interpret biblical scriptures in Ethiopian spectacles without reproach from Jesuits. Isaiah 52 NIV, revised in Ethiopian spectacles. Awake, awake, Zion, clothe yourself with diplomatic strength. Put on your royal coronation garments of splendor, New Jerusalem, the holy city in Lalibela. The uncircumcised and defiled, Jesuits, will not enter you again. 2. Shake off your dust, diplomatically rise up, sit enthroned, New Jerusalem. Free yourself from the constitutional chains on your neck, daughter Zion, now a captive under neocolonialism, global financial slavery. 3. For this is what the sovereign Abetu, Lord, says, you were sold for nothing, worthless and inflationary debt money, fool's gold, and without debt money you will be redeemed from debt slavery. For this is what the sovereign Abetu says, at first my people of African descent went down to modern-day Egypt, debt slavery, to live, lately, Jesuits, secret society of Greek Jesus, have oppressed them with financial exploitation. 5. And now what do I have here, declares the sovereign Abetu. For my people of African descent have been taken away and commercialized for nothing, and those Jesuit-taught politicians who rule over them mock them for a salary, declares the sovereign Abetu, and all day long my divine Ethiopian name, sacred title, is constantly blasphemed. 6. Therefore, my people of African descent will know my name, hereditary Christian title. Therefore in that day they will know that it is I who foretold it. Yes, it is I. 7. How beautiful on the Mount of Olives, Debra Zeit, are the feet, personal jurisdiction, of those human rights defenders who bring good diplomatic news, who proclaim international peace in the streets, who bring good political tidings to the indigenous churches, who proclaim redemption in law and economic salvation towards all without partiality, who say to Zion, Ethiopian Orthodox Church, your Extraordinaire, elect of God, reigns supreme in essence, return. 8. Listen, your indigenous church watchmen will lift up their noble voices, together they will shout, for universal joy. When the sovereign Abetu returns to Zion, they will see it, grand Ethiopian coronation, with their own eyes. 9. Burst into songs of universal joy together into a Hedo, oneness, you ruins of New Jerusalem, for the sovereign Abetu will comfort his indigenous peoples of African descent, he has risen to redeem New Jerusalem in the present. 10. The sovereign Abetu will lay bare his holy diplomatic arm in the sight of all the bankrupt nation-states simultaneously, and all the ends of the earth will see the economic salvation of our Extraordinaire, our almighty UN lawgiver of the 20th century. 11. Depart, depart, go out from there, Jesuit matrix. Touch no unclean thing, come out from neocolonialism and be pure, you who carry the 30 articles of the UDHR Charter in the sovereign Abetu's UN house. 12. But you will not leave in haste or go in flight, for the sovereign Abetu will go before you to the UN Peace Treaty Organization in the lead, the Extraordinaire of Israel will be your diplomatic rear guard in private international diplomacy. The suffering and glory of the servant, human rights ambassador. 13. C. My human rights servant will act wisely. He will be raised in private international diplomacy and lifted up through the will of the people in collective security, and highly exalted as a human rights representative to the UN World Body. 14. Just as there were many who were appalled at him for declaring the spirit of Kristos within, his appearance was so disfigured beyond that of any human being and his form, stature, marred beyond human rights recognition. 15. So he will sprinkle many bankrupt nation-states with human rights intelligence, and Jesuit kings will shut their mouths because of his divine Ethiopian testimony. For what they were not told by a living Ethiopian Orthodox human rights prophet, they will see manifested into reality, and what they have not heard about the fulfillment of biblical prophecy, they will overstand in collective security, all for one negus and one negus for all, for a shorty. Ezekiel 21 verse 27 revised in Ethiopian Spectacles. A ruin, I will make it, empire of Ethiopia, in exile, a ruin. And it will not be restored until the arrival of him, Ethiopian Shiloh, to whom it belongs, to whom I have assigned the human right of decision-making. 1 John 2 verse 23 NIV, revised in Ethiopian Spectacles. No one who denies the absolute divine anointed Wolde, Son, has the Abba, Father. Whoever acknowledges the absolute divine anointed Wolde has the Abba and is made one, to Ahito. Galatians 3 verse 19 NIV, revised in Ethiopian Spectacles. Why, then, was the human rights law given at all? It was added because of global financial transgressions until the seed, Ethiopian Shiloh, to whom the promise referred had arrived. The human rights law was given through angels, strangers, and entrusted to a human rights mediator, Emperor of Ethiopia. Get up, stand up, speak out for the black Kristos icon, and end Jesuitism now, so we can implement real international political change, choosing humanity and neutral global economy as a lawful human rights route.
Give thanks for watching, and if you need more information or wish to participate with a human rights contribution, then please feel free to contact us at kingdomofdebrizit2020@gmail.com in human rights solidarity. Blessings.